Good day friends, today we are going to discuss about Cockpit. Cockpit is basically a web interface which will enable us to interact with our Redhat Enterprise Linux 8 machine through our browser. So all the administrative activities can be performed using this Cockpit tool. It's basically an add-on. So kindly note that this particular package will not come with the base installation. So from the repository we have to install the Cockpit package in the server and we should start the service. Then the port as well as the web interface will be active and we can access from any other machine to the particular Redhat Enterprise Linux 8 machine through our browser through remotely. So advantage here is it is pretty much user friendly. Unlike how do we control our AWS console or how do we control our vCenter or Azure console, the same way we can control our Redhat Enterprise Linux machine. So we don't need to roam here and there to grab the Putty console. So if we have multiple web interfaces, we can do all these transactions. Now the beauty here is we can manage the services using the web interface. We can manage the user accounts. We can monitor the Linux machine's performance like a CPU resource utilization, memory resource utilization, disk I/O. These all are pretty user friendly, and if the customer is asking us the traditional Linux machine, we may have to rely on the fact and figures in a CUI format, and that we may have only the system administrator will understand each and every components. But here we are getting an attractive graphical reports that snippets can be shared over the email to the customer, so a layman can understand that what is happening in the server, whether do we need to really add the memory or CPU in case if there is any real performance issues, and we can perform the logical volume management activities. Then if you wish to pull the diagnostics reports, we can easily pull and share with the Red Hat. Then we can do the patching activities. So pretty cool features are available in this Cockpit tool. So without wasting much time here, let's move on to the today's agenda here. I have just pasted here a Cockpit snippet for you to understand. The guys, kindly note that this is CentOS. The Cockpit looks the same in RHEL as well. Alright, so for that we have to check first. As I told you, Cockpit is an add-on. This particular package will be available in the repository. So let's okay. So Cockpit is already installed. So this is the base version of Cockpit, and Cockpit is having different components like a Podman, bridging, system, package kit, WS storage. These all are various components of Cockpit. I mean, if once we into the Cockpit dashboard, we will see all these items in the dashboard, like a storage management, package management, all those things, right? So now we have already installed the Cockpit. Now let's see what is the systemctl status Cockpit .socket. All right, the Cockpit.socket is the service. It is up and running. Now if we scrutinize these logs, we will understand that this is listening to port number 9090, so that from any of the remote server we can access this server with its IP address, and using the port number we can access the cockpit. In other words, I will show you guys. Call https://localhost:9090. Alright, see, the port is up and running, but due to the certificate issue we cannot log in it. That is a separate code. And let's try to access this server from outside. So this is my IP address. Let's go to the web page, colon 9090. Alright, we got the web interface here. Now we will do one thing. Reset the password. We have reset the root password. Here we will give Ansible, comma, pretty cool. The interface is pretty much user friendly, and if we look at here, as we have a very nice user friendly performance dashboard, like the CPU, memory, network, disk. Now if we go there, we have system information. All the details are present here. What type of hypervisor are we using here, and where it is hosted, what are all the CPU, memory parameters. Then if we go back to the next logs, we can see everything. Let's see all the logs, everything pertaining to the server. So information logs, then the warnings, messages, everything will be listed. So we can segregate it as per our wish. So here if we come to the storage, we can segregate each and every device's performance, then IO statistics, all those things. Then if we go see, and here we have an option to create the partition tables. We can create partition tables whatever we required. And if we go back, CSDD is the device. If we go here, see, we can format it and we can create the partition table. We can do the first we have to wipe it out, then we can create the partition, all those features. Anyway, that we will do later. Then what we say, networking, we can create bonding, then VLAN, trunking, all those features are available here. Then containers, we can create containers. Then account management, we can create a new account. Here already an user called Ansible, and we have a root user. Then services, we can list the services like SSH, the SSHD, service status, the histories. If some customer is asking us, we want some details about the services, we can just like that pull the report and we can share with the customer. Then move on to the applications. we can create a report. See, that's so simple. A click away. Here the report is being prepared. In the meantime, we will go back to the next item. We will go to the next item, Kernel Dam. Here we can create the K-dump. The beauty here is in RHEL 8, unlike the other machines, the kernel dump will be active only once the service is once the system is completely boots up. Or because if you look at that RHEL 6 or RHEL 7 or RHEL 5, you have to start the K-dump service. In RHEL 8, the K-dump is part of the boot manager. That means as soon as the system starts booting, the K-dump will be active. All the services will be activated. As a result, the K-dump services also will be active and running. Then only the K-dump will capture the crash logs. So this is one of the advantage we have noticed here. And SC Linux policies, we can define it. Patching, we can register the system in the Red Hat network and we can patch the server. Then if we want to interact with the server in using its command prompt, straight away we can use this. So that's it about the cockpit overview. Indeed, we will go through the various components. For example, the logical detailing of logical volume management. We will cover both the LVM creation and the advanced topics, both the command level as well as the cockpits. So it's right time to take a break now, and thank you so much guys for your time, and have a great day, and we will come up with new sessions and much more.